There's a place on this planet where the rules of biology stop working, where creatures that should be small grow to the size of cars, where things that should be blind develop eyes the size of dinner plates, where animals that should starve have survived for millions of years without eating. It is not a different planet. It is directly below you, and the deeper you go, the worse it gets. 7 creatures, each one transformed by the deep into something that should not exist. And the last one, scientists filmed it once in 2007 and still cannot explain what they saw. You know the pill bug, the small gray creature that rolls into a ball when you touch it. Hold that image, now multiply it by 40. Same body plan, same ancient armor, same shape that has not changed since before the dinosaurs, but large enough to cover your torso. Large enough that the research team that pulled the first one from the deep in 1879 thought someone was playing a trick on them. The giant isopod lives between 170 and 2,500 meters down. It can survive over 4 years without food. Scientists confirmed this in captivity. One refused every meal offered for 4 years and 5 months, then died, having never eaten once. The deep did not make it a scavenger. It made it a machine that barely needs the world at all. In 2019, ROV footage off Indonesia caught one feeding on a shark carcass on the seafloor. It did not flee the camera. It did not react. It continued feeding, as if nothing from the surface world had any relevance to it. That indifference. That is what the deep makes you. Would you want to find one of these in a net? Tell me in the comments, because fishermen do, regularly. But the isopod at least makes sense. What comes next has no mouth, no stomach, and is somehow the fastest growing animal at that depth. In 1977, a research team sent a submersible to the Galapagos Rift. They were mapping hydrothermal vents, hot water, toxic chemicals, zero sunlight. Every model of biology said nothing complex could live there. They were wrong. Clustered around the vents, creatures over 2 meters tall, red-tipped, swaying in superheated current. The biology team on the surface did not believe the pilots. They asked for confirmation, twice. Riftia pashaptila, giant tube worms, no mouth, no stomach, no digestive system of any kind. They survive on bacteria living inside their own tissue. Bacteria that convert toxic hydrogen sulfide from the vents directly into energy. The tube worm does not eat. It hosts a chemical factory inside its own body and lives off the output. And then it grows, 85 centimeters per year, faster than any marine invertebrate on Earth. In an environment where everything else moves slowly and starves, tube worms grow at speed, towering over the vent floor, fed by poison, immune to heat that would dissolve your hand in seconds. The deep did not kill them. It gave them a completely different relationship with life itself. There is a forest of them at every active vent on the ocean floor. Right now, swaying in water hot enough to melt lead, silent, growing. Could something be living inside your own body right now the way bacteria live inside theirs? Scientists think so, but that is a different video. What comes next was filmed in a place that was supposed to be too extreme for anything. The Mariana Trench, 11 kilometers down, pressure over 1,000 times what you feel standing outside right now. Temperature barely above freezing. No light, no plants, no food chain by any conventional model. In 2012, a camera trap was lowered to the floor. Bait was set. The camera ran for hours. Then the amphipods arrived. 30 centimeters long, swarming, thousands of them, covering the bait within minutes. In shallow water, amphipods are the size of a grain of rice. Here, at the deepest point on Earth, they are the length of your forearm, moving fast, coordinated, like something that had been waiting. The footage was replayed multiple times in the lab. Nobody predicted this density. Nobody predicted this size. The models said complex multicellular life at that depth should be barely viable. Giant amphipods have since been found in every deep ocean trench sampled. The Kermadec, the Tonga, the Philippine, everywhere scientists looked. The amphipods were already there before we arrived, waiting. The deep took the smallest creature in the ocean and turned it into something that swarms the most hostile place on Earth, like it is a warm afternoon. Have you ever wondered what is directly below the ocean floor closest to you right now? Most scientists got that answer wrong in 2012. One of the next creatures is drifting in the water beneath you at this exact moment. In 2003, an ROV pilot working in Monterey Bay reported a large red mass in his feed. He assumed it was debris, a plastic bag, a piece of lost equipment. He maneuvered toward it. It moved. Tiburonia gran rojo, the big red jellyfish, bell over 1 meter wide. No tentacles. 4 thick, fleshy arms instead, designed to engulf prey whole. The species had never been formally described by science. The ROV pilot who thought it was garbage was among the first humans to ever see one alive. It drifts between 600 and 1,500 meters, slowly, passively. It does not chase anything. It moves through the water column, and whatever makes contact with its arms stops being a problem for it. The deep did not give it speed. It gave it size so extreme that speed became unnecessary. Nothing large enough to challenge it lives at that depth. Nothing small enough to ignore it survives contact. It is estimated that billions of jellyfish drift through deep water right now. Most have never been filmed. Most have never been named. The Big Red was discovered in 2003, which means everything below it on this list was discovered even later, or not at all. What do you think is still down there that we have not filmed yet? Drop it below. But what comes next was not discovered by science at all. It was discovered by a fisherman who pulled up his trap and found something inside it that should not have fit. A fisherman working off the coast of Japan pulls up his trap. Something is inside it that should not fit inside it. 4 meters from claw to claw, legs like scaffolding poles, a body the size of a basketball at the center of a structure wider than a car. Macrocara kemferi, the Japanese spider crab, the largest arthropod alive on Earth. Its legs do not grow to that size quickly. It takes decades. The deep slows everything down, slows the metabolism, slows the aging, slows the dying. A spider crab can live over 100 years, each leg growing slowly year by year, in the cold and the dark. ROV footage of a living molt shows what happens when the crab sheds its shell. The body underneath is soft, white, vulnerable. For a brief window, this 4-meter giant is completely defenseless. It hides during the molt in the deepest water it can reach, waiting for the new shell to harden, alone, exposed, in the dark. The deep gave it armor. The deep gave it size. The deep gave it a lifespan measured in centuries. And then, once a year, it strips all of that away and waits, naked, in the coldest, darkest water it can find, hoping nothing finds it first. What the deep gives, the deep can take back whenever it wants. That image, a 4-meter giant, soft and white, hiding in the deepest dark it can find. Does that disturb you, or does it make it more human? Tell me below. What comes next was only filmed once in the wild, and the footage changed what scientists thought was possible. We have one specimen, one complete colossal squid ever recovered intact. It was caught by a fishing vessel in the Ross Sea in 2007. It was already dying when it came up. It measured 4.2 meters. Scientists believe that is not fully grown. The eyes are the size of dinner plates, the largest eyes of any animal on Earth. Not for seeing, for detecting. At 2,000 meters down, there is no light to see by. Those eyes are tuned to catch bioluminescent flashes, the brief glow of other creatures moving in the dark. It does not look for prey. It watches for light that should not be there. Its tentacles are lined with rotating hooks, not suckers. Hooks that spin, designed to grip and tear simultaneously. Sperm whales caught in the deep carry scars from colossal squid across their skin, not from being attacked, from fighting back. A sperm whale and a colossal squid, two giants, in complete darkness at 2,000 meters. We have never filmed it. We know it happens because of the evidence left on the whales that surface. The deep made the colossal squid into something that battles the largest predator on Earth and leaves marks on it. We have one specimen. We do not know how large they actually get. We do not know how many there are. We do not know what else they fight down there. We just know the whales come up scarred. In 2007, an ROV operating in the Gulf of Mexico descended to 2,386 meters. The camera recorded something in the water column. The pilot stopped the descent. Arms, impossibly long, extending outward from a small central body at a 90-degree angle, then bending straight down, each arm trailing in the water like a wire. The total span wider than the ROV itself. The creature did not flee. It did not attack. It held its position. It stayed. The ROV moved closer. It stayed. The ROV's lights illuminated it fully. It stayed. Then it moved, slowly, deliberately, and was gone. That footage exists. It has been reviewed by multiple teams of marine biologists. Nobody has produced a satisfactory explanation for the arm structure. No known squid holds its arms at that angle. No known squid has that body-to-arm ratio. The leading theory is that the arms are used to trap prey, hanging like a curtain in the water, waiting for small creatures to swim into them. But it has only been filmed twice in history. Never caught, never measured, never fully described. The species is listed as Magna pinna, the big fin squid. Beyond that, science has very little to offer. The deep made something that hangs in the dark at 2,000 meters with arms longer than a car, does not flee from light, and has been seen twice in all of recorded human history. And then it disappeared. 7 creatures, each one built by the same process. The deeper you go, the slower time moves. The slower time moves, the longer you live. The longer you live, the larger you grow. And the larger you grow, the less the rules you learned on the surface apply to you. The deep does not make monsters. It makes something worse. It makes creatures perfectly adapted to a world you cannot survive in for a single second. Creatures that have been down there, unchanged, growing, waiting, since before your species existed. We have explored less than 5% of the ocean floor. Every dive finds something new, something larger, something that does not fit any existing model. The other 95% is still dark, still cold, still producing whatever it produces when nothing is watching. And nothing from down there has any reason to come up. Yet,